Picture this. You're huddled in a tiny shelter made of mammoth bones, the wind howling outside. Temperatures plunge below -40. Your hands are raw from the cold kneeling. Your last meal was raw meat. Months have passed without a proper bath. Then, nature calls. But there's no toilet. No toilet paper, no plumbing. Just you, freezing cold, and a biological necessity that could kill. This isn't a joke, right? It's Ice Age reality. Somehow, humans didn't just survive, Meligs, they thrived.
For Ice Age ancestors, poop wasn't just unpleasant, Toad. It was deadly. Infectious diseases ran rampant. One person's intestinal parasite could spread quickly to an entire hunting and gathering group.
Without antibiotics, without doctors, and without knowledge of germs, managing human waste was life or death.
Yet humans lived across some of the harshest environments on Earth. How did they do it?
How did they prevent water contamination, manage waste, and keep small social groups alive through winter?
The answer reveals incredible ingenuity, resilience, and surprisingly sophisticated survival strategies.
Archaeologists studied coprolites, fossilized human feces, to understand exactly what our ancestors faced. These tiny time capsules reveal intestinal parasites, partially digested food, and infections.
Living in small, tight-knit groups, a single infected individual could pass parasites to everyone.
Imagine 25 hunters living in a bone and hide shelter for months during freezing winter. They share meals, tools, and space. One person falling sick could put the whole group at risk.
A simple stomach infection could mean death for multiple people in the group.
Archaeological sites like Dolní Věstonice show organized settlements, cooking, tool-making, and sleeping areas separated. While we can't know exactly where they relieved themselves, careful site layout suggests contamination awareness.
Winter helped. Waste froze solid within minutes, making it easier to move or bury safely.
Now here's the question everyone asks. How did they clean themselves without modern toilets?
Humans were ingenious. Smooth river stones were likely used as scrapers.
Leaves from plants such as lammel's ear, with natural antimicrobial properties, may have served as toilet paper.
During winter, fresh snow and ice, surprisingly sterile, would have been effective for cleaning.
Wooden implements may have existed, though they rarely survive archaeologically. Even these small practices help prevent disease spread in tight quarters. Maintaining hygiene required thought, discipline, and constant effort. Every individual's actions mattered. One lapse could compromise the entire group's health. Contaminated water was one of the deadliest threats to Ice Age humans. Spring thaws could create runoff filled with waste, spreading pathogens quickly. Successful groups carefully selected water sources. Fresh snow or surface ice were safer than older water. They likely stored water in containers made from wood, bone, or animal hide. These containers required cleaning, a vital precaution for group survival. Some sites show repeated water use patterns, suggesting systematic water management. Imagine trudging through a snowstorm to collect clean water, knowing one mistake could infect your whole family.
Modern Arctic survival guides confirm these practices. Collecting snow, boiling water when fuel allowed, still save lives.
Fire was more than warmth. Multiple hearths were used for cooking, sterilizing tools, and hygiene.
Repeated heating patterns on stone tools suggest deliberate sterilization practices. Smoke may have helped purify air and reduce pests inside shelters. Even without germ theory, Ice Age humans understood that fire saved lives. Parasites shaped more than hygiene. They even influenced what Ice Age humans ate.
Evidence shows they consumed bitter herbs, wild garlic, and tree bark with anti-parasitic properties. Cooking meat thoroughly, especially organs, helped kill parasites before they spread.
Tools like scrapers and combs reveal they removed lice and parasites from hair and clothing. Hygiene wasn't optional. It was a matter of survival in a parasite-rich world. Seasonal changes brought new challenges. Summer demanded mobility and constant vigilance. Water sources could become contaminated, forcing them to move camps regularly. Winter meant confinement. Waste accumulation could turn deadly if mismanaged. Shelters were designed with ventilation in mind, preventing buildup of toxic gases.
Strategic fire placement and airflow kept living areas safer and healthier.
Smoke also deterred insects and helped preserve hides and meat. Seasonal movement patterns at ancient sites show that hygiene planning was part of migration.
Groups reused safe water areas and avoided spots linked with disease outbreaks.
Social discipline was crucial. One mistake could endanger everyone in a group. Leadership mattered. Experienced elders enforced hygiene and camp rules. Teaching hygiene became part of survival education for every generation.
Quarantine and isolation were likely practiced when someone fell ill.
Temporary shelters away from main camps helped protect the healthy from infection.
Archaeological evidence of repeated site abandonment suggests relocation as a safety measure. Sometimes, survival meant leaving everything behind to escape invisible killers.
These survival systems didn't just protect them, they shaped who we are today. Our immune systems evolved under constant attack from parasites and pathogens.
The humans who managed hygiene best were the ones who survived and passed on their genes.
Core sanitation principles were born long before cities, out of sheer necessity.
Waste isolation, clean water, and tool sterilization. These weren't luxuries, they were lifelines.
Fire, snow, and discipline were their weapons against invisible enemies.
And from that, the first real public health systems were born.
Every modern sanitation rule, every health precaution, has roots in those ancient winters.
Think about that the next time you wash your hands or boil water for safety.
You're echoing survival strategies that kept your ancestors alive in sub-zero death traps.
Even today, polar expeditions use similar waste management principles. Because when it's minus 40 degrees Celsius, nature doesn't care about technology. Only discipline matters.
When disease struck back then, groups with better systems survived. Some sites even show signs of isolation zones, primitive quarantine.
Sick members were likely cared for but kept apart. Human empathy balanced with caution.
Once illness passed, they cleaned, burned, or abandoned contaminated areas.
They understood survival wasn't just about strength. It was about strategy. Systems, discipline, and awareness kept small groups alive against impossible odds.
This mindset, solve problems before they happen, became part of human nature. Every toilet flush, every hygiene routine traces back to Ice Age innovation.
What's amazing is they didn't just survive. They adapted, improved, and passed it on.
Their story is one of human intelligence beating the environment itself.
Imagine turning frozen excrement, smoke, and fire into tools of survival.
Their innovations built the foundation for everything from medicine to engineering.
They didn't have plumbing, but they had something better: understanding.
That's why you're here today, because they learned how not to die from their own waste.
Their legacy isn't written in stone. It's in every breath we take safely today.
So next time you sit on a toilet, remember, you're using a 25,000-year-old survival system.
From frozen waste to herbal remedies, from fire sterilization to discipline, they mastered it all.
They didn't just survive the Ice Age. They engineered humanity's future.
If this blew your mind, hit subscribe, share what surprised you most in the comments, and keep exploring history with us.